Hello there, you are watching the English news of Lào Cai Radio and Television. In today's program, we will check out the following headlines. Accelerate the construction progress of the resettlement area of Làng Nủ and Nậm Thồng. Supporting Lào Cai to recover from the natural disaster. Sapa's tourism and service industry unite to recover from the disaster. Following are the detailed details. Please join us in watching the program. The People's Committee of Lào Cai Province and Vietnam Television have held an online conference to discuss solutions for the implementing the construction of resettlement area in Làng Nủ village, Bảo Yên district and Nậm Thồng village, Bắc Hà district.
Accordingly, the resettlement area in Làng Nủ village, Bảo Yên district will be built for 40 households directly affected by the natural disaster. As for the resettlement area in Nam Thong village, Nam Lu commune, Bac hectares district, it will accommodate 18 households. Currently, units are transporting machinery and equipment to Pha Con commune to serve the construction and leveling of the resettlement area in Làng Nủ village. Speaking at the meeting, the General Director of Vietnam Television requested that design, construction units and local authorities coordinate to accelerate the progress and implement the construction of the resettlement area as quickly as possible. They are determined to complete the project before December 31st. Thanking VTV for their companionship and support in overcoming the consequences of the natural disaster, the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee requested that relevant agencies actively implement the contents to commence construction. Bảo Yên and Bac hectares districts urgently need to compensate and clear land, ensure transportation and other conditions to serve construction. The province will establish a steering committee and working groups to promptly remove difficulties and obstacles to complete these two resettlement areas as soon as possible.
The Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Lào Cai Province has received finances and material donated to support disaster relief efforts from various agencies, units, and enterprises, both inside and outside the province.
Sharing the difficulties with Lào Cai, the Vietnam National Petroleum Group donated 2 billion VND. On the same day, the agency also received 9 motorboats, 1 speedboat, and 1,000 instant noodle boxes sent from Lam Dong province, thereby facilitating the forces to conduct search, rescue, and assistance for people in disaster-stricken areas. As of 6 p.m. on September 16th, along with central government support, nearly 5,000 agencies, units, enterprises, organizations, and individuals both inside and outside the province have registered and donated to support Lào Cai province in recovering from the natural disaster, with a total amount of over 82 billion VND.
As of 7 a.m. on September the 17th, the remnant of Typhoon number 3 have caused over 6.6 billion VN in economic damage across Lào Cai province.
Along with the significant loss of life, efforts to recover from the disaster are being urgently implemented by all levels of government, agencies, and localities. 69 out of 71 locations with blockages, landslides, and damaged roads on national highways 4, 4D, 4E, and 279 have been repaired. There are still 72 hamlets in 16 communes where transportation is disrupted due to landslides and blockages. In some areas of the province, power has not been fully restored due to ongoing traffic disruptions and damaged power poles and cables. Most water supply systems in local areas are currently out of service, causing widespread disruptions and shortages in the people's water supply, which is now being urgently addressed.
Due to the impacts of the remnant of Typhoon number 3, large areas of rice, crops, and fruit trees in the province have been damaged. The Department of Agriculture and Rural Development and local authorities are guiding farmers to urgently implement measures to restore production.
According to a report from the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the entire province has over 3,000 hectares of rice buried, lodged, and flooded, over 1,400 hectares of corn, vegetables and other crops have been damaged. 122 hectares of annual crops have been broken or fallen. The Department of Agriculture and Rural Development and local authorities are guiding farmers to urgently implement measures to restore production. For rice areas that are ready for harvest, efforts are being made to mobilize forces and equipment to assist farmers in harvesting rice. Along with addressing flooded areas, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development and local authorities are preparing sufficient quantities and varieties of vegetable seeds, ready to be planted again as soon as weather conditions permit.
The People's Committee of Basat District has decided to suspend many activities in the series of events for Basat Autumn Festival 2024 in order to focus on flood prevention, storm response, and disaster recovery efforts.
Due to the impact of the remnants of Typhoon No. 3, which caused severe landslides and road blockages, and with the need to concentrate resources on recovery efforts and assisting affected residents, the People's Committee of Bat-Xat District has decided to suspend the following activities of the 2024 Bat-Xat Autumn Festival: the Riding Through the Clouds, LCC8 Single Quote Off-Road Cycling Race, the 7th Conquering Loudon Peak Mountain Climbing Competition, and the first Discovering the Ancient Pavystone Road Running Race in 2024.
Due to the impacts of remnant of Typhoon No. 3, telecommunication infrastructure across the province has been severely damaged. Through urgent recovery efforts, all communes, wards and towns lost long mobile signal have now been restored, with at least one network provider available.
According to a report from the Department of Information and Communications, the estimated total damage to the information and communications sector caused by the natural disaster exceeds 72 billion NG to date. Most of the base stations have been repaired, including those in critical areas. By the evening of September 15, 10 TN, the last commune to lose signal from all three network providers was finally restored. Recovery efforts are still ongoing, with 29 transmission lines and 40 BTS stations still requiring repair. As of now, all communes, wards, and towns that lost mobile signal have been restored, with at least one network provider available. Lào Cai City and other districts have completed repairs to all their base stations.
In Sapa, many tourism businesses, hotels and restaurants have actively joined hands with the locality to overcome the consequences of the natural disaster caused by the remnant of Typhoon No. 3 Gianggi.
For nearly a week now, Dung Long's Pig Pot restaurant in Group 2, Sapa Ward, Sapa Town, has cooperated with other restaurants to prepare thousands of free meals for rescue teams, volunteers, and people affected by the disaster in the area.
The restaurant cooperates with others to cook free charitable meals for the rescue teams going up to Sapa to ensure the best living conditions. Besides that, we will proceed to open, beautify the urban area as well as welcome guests back.
Several businesses and hotels in Sapa have opened their doors to tourists, providing safe accommodations. They've also offered free services to volunteer groups, ensuring they have a safe and comfortable place to stay while helping flood victims.
Thanks to the support from the hotels, we were both encouraged in spirit and regained our health after the long journey. Additionally, the charitable goods for the people in Sapa were better preserved. We have also arranged accommodation and meals for the groups who could not travel to Lào Cai. Currently, we are welcoming volunteer groups to Lào Cai and scattered groups from the 10th. We are still continuing to prepare and implement solutions to continue our business.
Up to now, many tourism businesses, hotels, restaurants, and organizations have actively joined hands with the locality to overcome the consequences of natural disasters. We highly appreciate the proactive engagement of tourism and service businesses in Sapa City. It demonstrates a sense of sharing, solidarity, and selflessness towards communities affected by natural disasters. Currently, SAPA has nearly 1,000 businesses operating in tourism, hotels, restaurants, and other services, mainly concentrated in the town center. Basically, these establishments were not significantly affected by the remnants of storm number 3. Besides joining hands to overcome the consequences of the floods in the locality.
Ladies and gentlemen, our program is ending. Thank you for your attention.